welcome to our Wednesday night natural remedies call. This is where we get together and we talk about how to approach your health naturally, because here at Vital Health, that is our mission, is to reconnect you back to a natural approach to your health. A little bit of background about me is I was not always a healthy person for a really long time. I actually put my health on the back burner. Anybody ever do that before? Drop a one in the chat if you ever put your health on the back burner. And I did that for so long that I eventually had hypertension and I was severely malnourished. I was extremely underweight, and walking to the mailbox or walking up a set of stairs was a workout for me. I mean, it was my general practitioner who knew me for, since I was a kid was like, okay, Brooke, you got to do something. All right. I was prescribed depression medication, anxiety medication. I was on the verge of a stroke. It wasn't looking good. And I'm healthier now in my mid upper 30s than I was in my 20s. And so for me, it took a catalyst event for me to do something about it. And that's why I feel so strongly about wellness now, is because I don't want people to wait until a catalyst event happens in their life until they change something. And so I've almost lost my life twice. And so I'm like, all right, everybody, let's get it together. We can do it together. And so that's why I feel so strongly about what I do. I was a personal trainer. I don't do that anymore, but I owned a personal training company for multiple years, a meal prep company. I'm in school right now. I'm going to be a board certified holistic nutritionist, because I believe that approaching health as a whole is important, because as human beings, we're very complex. So here at Vital Health, I feel like this is the first company and product line that I've seen that really truly honors the human system. So I'm excited to share with you what we have today. And I am actually going to share my screen so you can see a little bit visually of what we've got going on. And
by the way, guys, for all of you that are guests here, if you're a guest, put your name in the chat and make sure to put your name in the chat. Forget, we're gonna do a free product giveaway at the very end. You're gonna wanna see this. And Lanny, you already won one time. You can't do it again. You already won one time. Don't even think about it, buddy. I'm on to you. Yeah. Well, we did send that product to you though.
Yes, that is correct.
So congratulations, all the guests. Please put your name. We're gonna do a free product giveaway at the very end. You have to be here to the end to win. So, Brooke, thank you very much. Take it away.
You're welcome. Yes, that is true. Drop your name or drop your guest name, or if you are the guest, drop your name in the chat. So what we focus on here at Vital Health and what's really important to us is, yes, we're a company that has a blend of different herbal formulations that we've combined together that for the last 13 years have been changing people's lives in the marketplace. But we also focus on education, and it's just really important for the voices to be heard that people right now are dying when they don't have to. People are getting chronically ill when there's a lot of things that we can shift through the right education in our lives, through our lifestyle, through what we put into our body, that can create a different outcome. So I have to be careful what I say on here because of compliance reasons. I can't come here and just make, claims, but the reality is there's so much that we can do when we have the right education. Education is a priority for us here at Vital Health. Children right now, one out of every 3 child is dealing with a chronic condition. And so that's just something to pay attention to. And really, if you look at the data, to also ask why are we the sickest we've ever been? Well, the reason is because 2 main issues are happening. Right now, we are the most nutritionally deficient we've ever been because our soil has not been taken care of for the last multiple decades. The way we till our soil, the way that we churn food out as fast as possible, it actually depletes the nutrients in the soil. And when the food grows out of the soil, it is also nutritionally depleted. So just to give you an example so you understand what's really happening, if you wanted to have the same amount of nutrition in a cup of spinach right now as you did in 1930, you would have to eat 32 cups of spinach. Like, process that. Isn't that crazy? So that nutritional gap that you're seeing just in talking about spinach, that spans across all food. And so right now, the area of life that we're really in is it's not a luxury or a should I supplement? It's a if I don't supplement, there's no way I'm going to get what I need out of my food. Okay. So lack of nutrition and chronic inflammation. Those are the two main issues happening. The inflammation is coming from our environment. Our bodies are being attacked every day, all day from all different types of toxins. You know, the air quality. Anybody ever just look up at the air and you're like, wow, look how smoggy the air is, how dirty the air is. Do you guys get air warnings? I get them on my phone all the time about the air quality. Air alone kills over 3 million deaths prematurely every single year just from air quality. Then you look at the water, then you take a look at the things that we're putting on our bodies from fabrics to fragrances.
Benefit from
And
them.
then
And if they can
you take
benefit, then I'm going to do it. And then if you succeed, then you can
hopefully
incorporate.
oh, there she is. Okay. So then you take a look at, there's always one. Then you take a look at our food. Now, you guys know, okay, we all know that there's things out there that we should not be putting into our body. Well, you know what? The United States allows a lot of poison in this country that should not be allowed into our bodies, which is creating a state of chronic inflammation. Now, what we've done here at Vital Health is we see what's going on in the environment. We understand that we cannot go and change the air quality and the water quality and the food quality and the things we cannot control. We can't worry about that. What we do worry about is what we can put into our body to combat what we can't control, right? So here at Vital Health, we've got a beautiful set of herbs that support the body through nanotechnology, meaning that we've allowed for maximum absorption of all of our products. We have herbs and adaptogens, and we also have affordable prices. And this was a value of the company when they started, that they wanted to make sure that getting the supplementation that your whole family needs wasn't a, man, I don't think we could do it. It's a, wow, I can actually nourish myself and my children. We have hundreds of doctors that we work with, but we have an expert advisory board that we work with directly in the field with our products and as we launch new products. Now, this is our whole product line as an overview. We're non-GMO, we are lab tested. We're actually, to be honest with you, we're 13 years tested in our actual clinics. The founder of our products has had clinics for the last 13 years with thousands of testimonials with actual patients and real people. So that is a certification that it's not even on here because it's not a, you know, there's no certification to say, yeah, I've been actually working with these products for a long time, specifically with
How
people.
much you have to do to?
Hold on 1 second, there we go. Okay. So then we don't test on animals, of course, and then we have our GMP. So that means that we test for quality, we test for consistency, and we test to make sure there's nothing in our products that shouldn't be. Now, before I get into our product line, I do have to let you know that we do not diagnose, treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate any illness, and you should reach out to your trusted practitioner before making any changes in your health regimens. All right, so the Detoxify line, this is my favorite. This is the foundation to your health. This is my favorite because this is going to support two of the most critical organs in the body. One being your liver. Did you guys know that your liver is in control of over 500 functions in your body? So if you want to have more energy, if you want to have better sleep, if you want to have glowier skin, if you want to have a better quality of life, guess what we have to address? The liver. The liver, I always make a joke, but it's true. You know, it's like, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. That's what it's like with the liver. If the liver ain't happy, ain't no other organ and system in the body gonna be able to function, because every single system in the body, all 11 systems connect back to the liver. So we have a product that focuses on the liver and revitalizing it. We have a product that focuses on the kidneys as well. We have a detox tea that's going to cleanse you out. So it's going to support your large intestine, your colon health. And that's important because if your body is not eliminating toxins every single day, then that is something that has to get addressed. You cannot live a life of vitality without daily elimination. And then we've got our glutation plus. This is going to support fighting oxidative stress, which is really important because there's a lot of things going on in our environment that causes oxidative stress. And then oxidative stress will raise the free radicals in your body. And we don't want that because too many free radicals in the system, studies show, lead to chronic conditions from illnesses that one of them specifically that starts with a C, and none of us want that. So we have to be paying attention to reducing that oxidative stress in our body. Now, our Restore line, we start with B control. Was originally designed specifically to support you on a weight management journey. So if you're like, man, I feel like I want to eat all the time, or anybody else ever feel like that, where you like eat and like 20 minutes later, you're like, I'm hungry again. Okay, that's what this product was created for, to support you in your satiety. It's also going to support the adrenals and the hormones. Then we've got our 44. This is a binder. This is going to bind toxins, pull them out of the system, alkaline the gut as well. And it's great for food intolerances. So my dairy lovers that be eating dairy and it causes discomfort, this is supportive for you as well. Idolate, I call this our Zen master. So this is supportive for your nervous system. And your nervous system is also, when you balance it and you regulate it, it actually improves your quality of sleep. So anybody that's been wanting to just have a solid quality of sleep, there's two reasons. To be honest with you guys, there's two main reasons why your sleep might not be great. Is one, it could be your liver waking you up between 1 to 3:30 in the morning. That is your liver telling you, I'm not happy. So it'll wake you up. The other reason, it could be your nervous system. Like your cortisol is just too high. We got to regulate it, right? So two things to address when it comes to sleep. If you know anybody that has been dealing with anything, experiencing anything neurodevelopmental, then this product is game changing. They have to try it. Then we've got our Idle Boost. This is supportive for the immune system and the respiratory system. Glutation is similar to the Glutation Plus, just a more chilled out version. The Glutation Plus is a little stronger. So I give the example of like the difference between when you deep cleanse your house, you scrub the floors, shampoo the carpets, that's the Glutation Plus. It goes in and does like a really deep cellular cleanse. Whereas the glutation is like the daily vacuum, doing the dishes, the daily maintenance stuff. Okay. So this is antioxidant power. This is going to support detoxing mold, metals out of your system, and it's going to restore cellular health and remove some of that cellular damage. Then we've got Askelax. This is a cardiovascular product, so a circulatory product, really. So this is supportive for stagnant lymph in the body. It's great for circulatory health. Heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States, so this is incredible for that. It's great for hemorrhoids. It's great for varicose veins. We've got beautiful testimonials there as well. And then we've got Idodol and Curcumax. So these are similar in their ability to support discomfort in the body. So if that discomfort is felt in your feet or your knees or your hips or your back or your shoulders or wherever that discomfort is felt, this has just a miraculous way of reducing that discomfort and supporting a healthy inflammatory response. The difference between these two, because they both support discomfort, the difference is one is going to be supportive for your blood health. That's your Idodol. So if you've been wanting to restore your blood, address iron, address your blood viscosity, then that's Idodol. If you've been wanting to support your gut as well, then that's the Curcumax. And then we've got S-Balance. So this is a product that's specific for people who are working through an unhealthy blood sugar level. So you guys, 175 million people are dealing with unhealthy blood sugar levels right now in the United States. There is a huge pandemic of type 2. I'm not supposed to say the word, but y'all know. If you know, you know. And this has to be addressed because, people are losing their legs and their limbs to something that can be supported through a natural product, a $35 natural product a month. People don't have to be losing toes. I mean, I know people in my family that have gone through that. And the reality is, guys, at least this is what I believe, is that this beautiful planet was gifted to us with the solutions, because it's no coincidence that all of these herbs, when they enter the human system, they have a specific functionality. And that's what we honor here. Now we have our Nourish line. We have a superfood protein blends. You get that protein that we're all deficient in, and some superfoods, which is great because we're getting all that nourishment as well. We've got our collagen. This is the best collagen I've ever seen on the market to this day. I've compared so many of them. I have never seen one that has the combination of what we have. We're going to support the skin, the hair, the nails, the gut, your circulatory system. It's got added antioxidants in there, right? Reducing that oxidative stress, fighting that oxidative stress, reducing those free radicals. I mean, this baby is supercharged and it tastes incredible. Then we've got our omegas. This is a very high quality omega, but we also add additional vitamins and more antioxidants. We're all about fighting oxidative stress here. Okay, many of our products have additional antioxidants added into them. And then we've got our omegas, just so you know, not our omegas, but omegas in general are critical for your children. Like if you want your child's brain to develop at its full potential, omegas. If you want a better mood, if you want more balanced hormones, if you are dealing with something or you know someone that is working through something neurodevelopmental, omegas. If you want better heart health, blood health, omegas. I mean, that's why it's in our Nourish line, because it nourishes your body. And then we've got our V Daily. Now, if you try this drink, I'm just warning you, you're probably going to become obsessed with it because it is absolutely incredible. It's so delicious. It's refreshing. It's citrus tasting. It's not too sweet, but it's perfect. And then the benefits. It's a hydrator. It's a gut health product. It's a full spectrum, non-synthetic vitamin blend. It's got whole foods in it and like a greens powder, and it's an amino. So you got the building blocks for your body to repair itself all in one. It's quite incredible. Actually, if you have had our V Daily and you think it's thebomb.com, drop a 3 in the chat because it's so good. So good. It's one of our newer products. And then we've got our Awaken line. So this is a set of functional coffees that all have a specific purpose. Our Thermo Cafe is meant to fire up your metabolism and support your body in burning fat faster through a thermogenic effect. We've got our Neuro Cafe. This is going to brain fuel. So this is going to enhance your memory, your clarity, your focus, and support the gut with probiotics as well. And then we've got our Love Cafe. This is a blend of different adaptogens that supports the mood, libido, and hormones all in one. And I always like to note that when we're talking about hormones, we're not just talking about ladies. Gentlemen, your hormones must be addressed as well, because our feeling of vitality and motivation and excitement and drive for life is connected to our hormones. So that's really important. As we get older, right? As we age, our hormones just naturally dip, but thankfully there's herbs and adaptogens out there that will lift them right back up. And we have our V Energy. This is a healthy energy drink. So full of antioxidants, added vitamins, no dyes or funky sweeteners, or it literally is a clean energy drink. We have people up in their 90s literally that drink this energy drink because it gives you a nice clean boost and lift, but it doesn't give you like that weird, like, oh, I probably shouldn't have just put this in my body feeling. And then we've got our Nitro. This is a product this is the only one in our Awaken line that doesn't have caffeine, but it gives you energy through its ability to oxygenate your cells. So it's the same reason why you go into a casino, right? And they pump oxygen in the casinos. Why? To keep you awake and alert, and really just to spend more money, but it keeps you alert and awake. And so through the oxygenation process of the cell, through this being a precursor to nitric oxide, so it's boosting your nitric oxide, it is going to support a healthy, clean energy. Great for stamina, great for endurance, great for energy. And it's also going to open up the blood vessels and allow more nutrients to get into your body, which is great because we're deficient, so we want as many as possible. So that is our Awaken line. And I am going to show you before we hop off this Bioelectric quantum analyzer. This is the coolest thing ever. I am so grateful that this technology exists. It's very similar to an MRI in its ability to send out an electromagnetic wave, and then it picks up frequencies within the body and finds imbalances within the body and pulls it into a report. What's amazing is it takes 2 minutes and it's extremely accurate. So you can actually get scanned. If you know somebody that has one of these, get a scan as soon as possible. Get a scan, get your report. It'll actually recommend products based off of what your report is showing. So if it's like, hey, your liver fat content is a little high, guess what? We have a liver product. Or hey, the kidneys need some attention. Great, we have a kidney product. So it'll tailor a report to you. And then you can compare that report to a later report. So 30 days, 60 days, 90 days later, and watch your body literally healing itself. Because that's really how this all works, guys. You give the body what it wants, what it's asking for. It's always communicating with you, right? Drop a 4 in the chat if you've felt the communication from your body before, through low energy, through low mood, through low libido, through not being able to your reproductive system. I mean, how many times has your body communicated to you through your skin breaking out, through not having normal bowel movements? You guys, this is all communication. Okay, so take that communication and we go and do something about it. We say, hey body, I hear you. And you know what? We're gonna make it through this. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna do it together. Okay. So I'm very grateful that you guys were here today, because I have watched over the last 17 months of working with these products, people's lives completely change. Like literally the trajectory of their lives are completely different because they restored an organ or restored multiple organs and systems in their body. And now everything's harmoniously communicating and the body does its work and it heals itself. That's what it was designed to do. It's just incredible. So I'm grateful to be here. I'm actually going to bring up somebody today that just, if you got a tissue nearby, get your tissue out, because this woman is so strong, and what she has done to fight for her family is it's a really beautiful, impactful story. So Sholly, actually, David, can you make sure that you, Maya, either make me co-host, or can you please allow Sholly up? And there you go, Sholly. Sholly, I'm so excited to hear from you tonight.
Thank you, Brooke. Thank you for having me on and asking me to be here. I'm honored, and I'm going to do my best not to cry. So I got involved with Vital Health through a dear friend of mine, James Lenhart, who shared with me what Vital Health was about, shared Dr. Tony's story back in April, and I was blown away by what I heard and all of the people that he had helped with in his clinic. And I jumped on board, and I first started with some of the products myself and absolutely fell in love with Love Cafe. Sometimes I have to take it away from my husband. So for any Love Cafe users out there, you know what I'm talking about. And I shared it with a couple of my friends, and then the real story has unfolded in knowing my purpose here and what I need to do to share these products in this company. May 29th, just a little over 2 months ago, my 14-year-old son was hit by a car and was not expected to live. I walked into the hospital to my son's lifeless body, and I was not sure if he was going to make it through the night. We spent 6 hours waiting for them to do surgery on his brain, and he made it through the night. And then the next 72 hours were the hardest 72 hours of our life, because they said at that point there was more swelling that was going to happen. And again, we weren't sure if he was going to make it through. And he spent 2.5 weeks, little over 2 weeks, in a medically induced coma. And at that point, we weren't sure whether he was going to wake up, or when he did wake up, what his brain was going to be like, the functionality, right? I mean, this kid cracked from here to here, had multiple fractures in his neck, in his spine, and his pelvic. He broke his tibia, the bone, his compound fracture, along with other injuries that he suffered. He had 2 blood transfusions because he lost so much blood. So my kid has been through a lot of trauma. When he woke up and was able to talk to us, that was the best feeling in our life, right? But what came after that was even more incredible. A couple days after him waking up, he was able to consume liquids, and I started getting him on some of our products. I got him on V Daily, I got him on Vital Pro, and I got him on the collagen right away. And you guys, from not knowing if my son was going to survive to him waking up and speaking and us getting him on those products on June 20th, June 28th, we were bouncing out of that hospital. 8 days later on these products, we were getting out of the hospital. We saw what these products did for him. I can't even begin to describe the changes from just immediately putting these products into his body. But here's the kicker. I told the doctors, I was holistic. I said, I am very much into holistic medicine. I'm going to put my son on these products. And they said, well, we can't allow you to do that. Everything has to be cleared by our dietitian. And I said, well, then bring me your dietitian, because I'm going to show him these products that I'm going to put in my son's body. And when the dietitian came in, I handed him all 3 bags, and he sat there and he looked at all the ingredients and he said, wow, these are really good products. And I said, I know. And that's why I'm giving them to my son. So for the hospital dietitian to be on board with me giving these products to my son was absolutely phenomenal. Not only did we see what it's done for my son, and we've put him on even a deeper protocol now, because all of those medications that was in his body, right, they need to be flushed out. So he's on Iterin, he's on Itadol, he's on Glutation Plus, he's on Organex. I'm giving him Vital A at night to help his nervous system, right? Like my son is on a full-blown and Omega is 100%, right? He is on a full-blown protocol right now, and the improvement that I've seen just on a daily basis with him in these protocols, these products, has been amazing. But not just that, you guys, I went through the hardest time of my life wondering if my son was going to survive, and trying to be there for my husband, and trying to be there for my 17-year-old son that watched his brother day in and day out. We spent 30 days sleeping in the hospital from the very beginning to the end. And that took a toll on our bodies for sure. So when I had scanned myself before this, trying to find out what my baseline was and get on the products myself, after we got home, 2 weeks after we got home, I scanned myself again. 2 months, right? A month in the hospital and 2 weeks home. So 6 weeks. So from right before his accident to being home, you guys, my health improved. Like I did not decline. My health did not go backwards. I didn't stay stagnant. It improved on every single cellular level. I'm telling you what, I have never felt as good as I feel as I do right now. But then to actually see that on the scan at a cellular level, that what I was feeling was being validated, it's incredible. So for anybody that's even remotely thinking about our company or these products, don't think, just jump, have the experience for yourself, because I know for a fact in my gut and in my mama heart that I wouldn't have the health I have right now, and I wouldn't have been able to get through everything the way that I did with my son if I wasn't on these products ahead of time. And my son wouldn't be where he's at right now if I wasn't able to restore him the way that I have been with these products. So I wholeheartedly believe in everything that we have here, and I cannot wait to hear other people's stories about what these products have done for them. So thank you for having me on. Thank you for letting me share my story. And I just hope that this has given you just a glimpse of hope of, if it can do that for my son and for me, what can it do for you?
Wow, Sholly. Everybody drop some 8 in the chat for Sholly and Sholly's beautiful family. You know, Sholly, it's amazing because there's some level of programming that we all went through where the emphasis of us being advocates for our own wellness or even our children's wellness, like mama knows best. You know, Sholly was a great example of mama knows best. And you guys, we know our bodies best. And so being able to return that power back to ourselves, and obviously taking into consideration the professionals that we're working with, but also really knowing when to trust your intuition and to trust what mama knows best, or what you as the person living in this body knows best. It's important that that we do that. And so Sholly, thank you so much for sharing that. Everybody's going crazy in the chat because that's a really intense story. And we're so grateful that your son is doing great. And we're so happy your health has gotten better in the process too. That's amazing.